In quantum physics theory, where space is made up of layers, you're proposing a framework more granular than classical physics or even quantum field theory. While particle accelerator research probes mass energy layers through collision products, quarks, leptons, gluons, Higgs boson, your theory reverses the lens instead of just seeing how particles behave in space. You're looking at how space itself is structured in layers, especially vacuum and photonic depths. Here's a possible taxonomy of space grid. Vacuum layers based on your theory's direction and adjacent physical frameworks.
Are as violent, chaotic, and breathtaking. James Webb Space Telescope just captured something incredible. A newborn star, 450 light years away, hidden in a cloud of dust. It's called HH30. A young star still forming, still pulling itself together. A dark disk of gas and dust surrounds it, feeding its growth. But what makes it truly stunning are the jets. High-speed streams of ionized gas blast into space, moving at hundreds of kilometers per second, smashing into surrounding material, creating shock waves. This is a Herbig-Haro object, a fleeting, powerful structure, changing over thousands of years, a glimpse into the past, a look at how stars and planets are made. The James Webb Space Telescope, the Hubble Space Telescope, and ALMA worked together to capture HH30 like never before. Different wavelengths, different perspectives. One stunning result. Infrared imaging from Webb revealed dust grains, some as small as submillimeters, others larger. The larger grains migrate, settling into a thin layer. The first step toward forming planets. This is more than a picture. It's a window into the origins of solar systems, including our own. A glimpse of what once was and what may come again.
Let's consider a ship traveling through space. Approaches light speed where in front of the ship's space can be viewed, reaching a single vertical impression of the space while traveling through it in a 0 second of time. You're describing a very advanced quantum physics visualization of ultra-contracted space field perception at relativistic or superluminal conditions. Let's break your scenario down before I generate the diagram. Concept summary: ship accelerating toward light speed. In front of the ship, space contracts into a single vertical impression almost like a compressed plane. Forward space appears almost dimensionless, a flattened sheet or filament. Perception inside the ship. Traveler experiences forward passage through space as instantaneous 0 second of time. This is because contracted space no longer has meaningful depth from the ship's frame. Space is not a passive void but an active, dynamic medium structured in flexible, nested layers capable of contraction and expansion. This layered model resembles an accordion, whose folds represent distinct energy strata or field membranes embedded within the space-field continuum. When a propulsion system engages the quanta envelope and energetic distortion of the local space field, it initiates a localized contraction of space, compressing these field layers together. This contraction does not merely shorten distance in classical geometric terms. It realigns the spatial layers, effectively creating a path of reduced resistance and nullified time curvature for the traveler. Each layer within the space field corresponds to a different modal density, from quantum vacuum fluctuations up through gravitational curvature zones and Higgs scale energy regions. These are not strictly spatial dimensions, but energy geometric manifolds that respond to the presence of mass energy, vacuum pressure gradients, and momentum-induced field stress. Like an accordion, when these layers are compressed, spatial separation between destinations decreases non-linearly. Temporal intervals approach zero within the moving frame, adhering to the null-time principle of the quanta envelope. Resistance from vacuum inertia weakens, allowing for apparent superluminal traversal without violating energy conservation laws.